Ladies and Germans, how are you all doing? This is Con Ulrich.
And I'm Rang Ru. Hello, hello, hello.
And folks, the postseason continues for Season 2 of Steel Division League. And actually, today we thought we'd give you something a little bit different. So instead of looking at the Code S, we're looking actually at the Code A semifinals. We have some great play lined up for you. Rang, who do we have duking it out here on Comment Les Avons?
Well, on the left-hand side in blue, we have ourselves Sesni, and I always kept looking at the name and thinking it was Sensei, but it's not. He's
Oh,
playing
okay.
his 3rd Armor Division, and the right-hand side, we got Jarl Conrad as 9th Panzer Division. Essentially, winner of this match, we're only becoming one of the semi-finals per whatnot, so the winner of this match moves on to the finals, but we're not telling you, like, what match out of a best of 3 it possibly could be.
Exactly. It could be the 8th match. Who knows? Maybe they tied the first 5.
It could have been the 15th. They
Exactly.
kept having
Exactly.
disconnects.
Draws galore.
Yeah.
But the third, we often see the fourth played, I kind of feel like.
hmm
The third never seems to get played. So what are we doing seeing them here today?
Well, for third, I was getting quite a bit of stuff in the forest as well as 2 AT guns, probably like 57 mils. Up
Hmm.
north seems to be where he's going to be doing the majority of the play, as he has the M4A1 Sermon, which is good for pushing. And he's using a lot of armoured rifles and AT guns. And, or there's not too many options you have for third armoured and A phase. Looking at Yo, he's got the double mortar free play. No Panzer 2s to be seen, just 2 big mortar threes. And they're going to be very good in this map due to the long range capabilities.
Yeah, the one thing I think I was going to gripe about, but actually I kind of like this play a little bit more instead. Besides the fact that we have Strom Pioneers moving towards the
hmm
forests, I do love the positioning of this Northern Martyr on Martyr 3.
Yeah.
Oh, I loved it a little more a few seconds ago. But regardless. And there's one down to the south. Looks like he's getting some fire out onto this half track, just barely missing.
Yeah. It's going to be a real pain in the ass if Jarl plays his Martyr Freeze route. It's going to be a pain in the ass to kill him. As Sesni doesn't really have any 1.2 kilometer AT in any phase. He can ambush it with a 6-pounder, and if you're getting close, the Sherman can definitely kill it. But in such an open map such as this, it can be a bit difficult.
Now, one thing I want to do a quick call out about, I do love this half track, the 251/9. Look at that hideous silhouette, but it's got so much
Oh,
early
that thing.
utility.
I
It
love that
is
thing.
good.
Anything of that, like an IG-18 gun on top, yeah, the 250 model version of
Hmm.
it, the
Hmm.
233, they're really good vehicles. I mean,
Now help me out. Which one was the Pinocchio half track?
the Pinocchio half tracks, the 21st Panzer, it has a 105mm howitzer. I always forget
Right,
the
right.
name. But that's also a pretty good one. It's pretty much, yeah, but it's kind of a full-fledged AT gun, even though it's pretty poor accuracy.
So a couple of minor little oopsies here over on Jarl's side. He
hmm
does get a kill on that half track, but exchanges back some of his vision here. Unfortunately, not setting his troops to hold fire. It looks like we're going to command Stewart to the south, and another one of those heavy track guns to the south as well. And the Sherman is going to start running afoul of that Pack 38.
Yep, and he's close enough to get penetrated by a Pack 38, but when you're also close enough, you can shoot it with 50 cals, and that's a pretty great way of stopping a 38 that's shooting at you.
True, very, very true. I do think that Jarl, although he's down a little bit in territory, I'm liking his kind of holding position up top. Now, for you, do you think he's pushing down to the south? Do you think he's just kind of waiting for Phase B? Like, what do you think's going through his head?
I think he's trying to push down south a bit more, as if he can clear past it. He already has the forest under control, which is a pretty big run, and
Hmm.
I mean, he only has one Stern Pioneer now, but that's just more than enough for now to just hold it. If he can get past that forest area and into the vast open field of the left-hand flank, and
Hmm.
use his Marder free, that's a lot of easy territory. It's a lot of free
Okay.
real estate.
And how about the Americans? I mean, the Americans are getting themselves a couple of tickets here
hmm
and there. And there goes actually
Yep.
the track up north. So is it he's just gonna go throw a nice little straight jab over here to the north, or what's going on?
Yeah, I think the North is his best bet. Really, his whole offense in A phase right now comes down to M4 Sherman. The
Hmm.
Marder 3 is being brought up north to try and counter it. So, unless Sesni maybe moves his Sherman along the far northern flank, which seems like what he's going to be doing, and try to get that territory under his control. You know, you see like a little tree line north of like the Pack 38, like that
Hmm.
area.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's going to be Sesni's best bet. You know, he's doing pretty good. He's got a +1 point advantage, and he's not exactly an A phase advantage division, especially compared to 9th Panzer.
Interestingly, though, he's going to impale himself rather obligingly on that Pack 38. And actually, look what the Pack 38 is.
Oh yeah, that's a good spot for the Pack 38. I
Yeah,
mean,
check out the sight lines there. He's not going to be able to be seen until he's in position
yep,
and the tank is too close. Ooh, that's very
yep,
spicy.
yep. Hopefully he doesn't fumble and miss, because that's what always happens with AT guns. Like any AT gun.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you get in the perfect spot, you know, Khan, and you wait for the tank to get close, and you shoot. And then he bloody misride. He had one job, AT gun crew, one job.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Now the Pack 38 is backing up. I think he might suspect that infantry push
Yep.
is coming on in. And that is, I would say, a bit of a saving grace over here for the Americans early on.
Mm-hmm.
More or less, I do love the P-Guns. I do love seeing Pioneers and all of that on the German side, but I don't know if they've got the troops to push back the Americans.
Yeah, I mean, those armoured rifles and a run and run aren't going to do too well against the German infantry, but that Sherman and the half-track share pretty much even out the odds for the old Conrad. And that Sherman is, even though, like, anti-tank rise, it's okay. It's such a good fire support unit, just due to the machine guns. Because, you know, Americans love their machine guns.
Yes, they do.
Oh, the Marder 3 has shots on the Sherman. Rapins jammed.
Oh, I didn't even see that. I was checking down to the south. The Americans were not moving as much as I was hoping for. There goes the Sherman.
Oh, damn. That was a bit of a fumble. I do want to know his armored leader was right, yeah, and if his armored leader dropped to smoke, he might have been able to save the Sherman. But that's a big loss, losing that Sherman.
Very unfortunate.
Yeah.
The second one being brought in down to the south, that kind of makes sense. Now, let's theorize for a second. Does it make more sense to go and bring both Shermans into one particular region and just kind of punch through, or do you want to spread it out?
I'd think spread it out, because those Shermans are pretty good by themselves. They don't really require too much. You don't need two of them in a phase in one area. Might as well spread the love a little bit, and have one up north, have one down south, and just use Stuarts to support your Shermans instead.
It is interesting as well. We are going to see the Germans are pushing right through the center line. That 57 mil Brave tried to hold his ground. He's gone though.
Oh damn, that's
so it's just one armored rifle.
You never really. I always forget about it. You can just push through the center. It's really ballsy, especially on the starting from right going to left, as you're pretty much hitting against like the forest version of the Maginot Line.
Yeah.
But with the AT gun down, I mean, the Panthers are just parked outside and they're waiting for the Stern Pioneers to open up the gates.
Yeah, and that's something that's definitely going to happen here. Actually, I'm surprised that the Stern Pioneers are not being more aggressive. No, he's in the 1P1C through there, so that guy's going to die.
Yeah.
He is going to die.
You got zooked.
Weapons jammed. Okay, never... Oh, but a surrender. Armor rifles come back. This is going to be gift wrapped. Here's more shots. Take him, rifles. Oh. Okay, never mind. Just out of range.
Run away, run away.
This is when you activate the Stern Pioneers, but there's that M4A1 right in the area as well. So this is not going to be good either way.
Nope.
But it does look like maybe the Germans are slightly pushing. I think I need that 52. No, maybe at best 51 here. Never mind.
Yeah, I think holding the middle for the Germans is such a huge advantage. It's pretty easy to hold that middle area once you got control of it. And with the Stern Pioneers, they're the perfect CQC infantry to fight this area.
And one thing I'd like to see the Americans do is activate a little bit more to the south. They have a Stuart down there. They have a half-track at the 57 mil. They have themselves a nice little combat group.
Yeah.
And it's more than enough to push. I mean, yes, there's the Martyr, but I would just sprint one way or move the other. I mean, like, it's...
I mean, you can use the tree line to block line of sight against the Martyr, like the L tree line. I'm thinking Sesni's going to be rating till B phase really doing it. It just makes sense. Third armored, you know, they started to get Jumbo and the 76 Shermans in B phase, which help out quite a bit. And of course, they really come online once C phase hits.
Yeah, but I've seen about everything when I've seen a Sherman fly. Yeah.
You know, it's British ones that like to firefly.
I seen a house fly.
Is that German?
No, house. I was making.
Oh, housefly. Ah, okay.
It was bad. It wasn't great. It wasn't my best material. It's okay.
Don't worry.
Don't pity me.
I really like to bringing in the AT gun into that middle forest, because that's such a powerful position for the AT gun. Yeah, as you have so many angles of attack.
But it seems like both players are kind of just saying, okay, you know what, I'm gonna wait for the other guy to attack me, then I'm gonna counterattack after that.
Yeah, it definitely seems to be the case. I mean, they're both really just building up forces. At this point, the Americans holding on to airboats up north, and the Germans holding up to airboats down in the center.
I think the strange thing for me is that we never seem to see the non-forest side successfully engage into the forest. I feel like it's
Yeah,
such a hit or miss
it's
opportunity.
definitely. I definitely say you have map advantage if you start on the left-hand side of this map.
Hmm.
Because it's really tough to get into that forest, especially if you find against a division. Yeah, has really good flamethrower or like satchel charge infantry. As
Hmm.
that forest is just it's a bloodbath. But fortunately for y'all, he just got in there the Stern Pioneers. Sesni didn't really have much here to stop the Stern Pioneers because armored rifles aren't really good at stopping Stern Pioneers, and he managed to control the forest.
Indeed.
Hmm.
P grants were okay for a bit of time from that Sherman. As we move into Phase B, and look, there's already this armored fist for the Germans coming up north.
Oh damn, two bloody big runs, right? Or medium runs, I should really say.
Well, we can't all be jumbo down there.
I mean,
Um,
if you get two Panzer IVs together, you got a Panzer VIII, which is like bigger than a Panzer Tiger, I guess.
so there was a Befehle Lux up north, and I'm sorry, right on the central line.
Yeah.
And a very plucky guy. Sherman showed him the side. He put several rounds into the side, stunned the driver, and the Sherman was kind of like, "Oh, a gnat. One shot, one kill." Oh, brave, brave man.
Heck, the Sermons even just blind firing a little bit into just some positions.
That's gonna be dangerous. They
Yeah.
actually include that for number two.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And there's that first jumbo.
Oh yeah. That jumbo is. I love seeing the jumbo. It's just such a big bloody armor value in an allied unit, and it's a really good unit against Ninth. As I don't think Ninth has access to Pack 43s, so they cannot penetrate that thing frontally. Period. Full stop! Exclamation mark.
You are very definitive on that one.
I'm very punctual.
Yes. Dang it, that would have been a much better joke. Well done, sir. I tip my hat. Um, Now we do have that mortar half track to the north, and he's been pretty good. I mean, he's not been using a ton of rounds, but what he's been using
Yeah.
has gotten troops to move forward quite successfully.
Yeah. Yeah.
And one thing,
Go
oh
ahead.
please, I was going to say the one thing that's kind of surprising for me is that this one actually, I always feel like it has double the amount of rounds for your kind of standard mortar, and I feel like people really overlook that.
Yeah, the American mortar half track is definitely it's like going into American like McDonald's or whatnot, and you get like bigger servings than you do in Europe. Or like the German half tracks have less ammo, but the American one they stick everything in there, and that's what makes the American mortar half track so great. You got so much ammo, you don't have to really worry about resupplying it, and you also
Because
got
we,
a 50 cal.
because we supersize everything.
Super exactly, con. I mean, you got a jumbo Sherman as well.
Dang it! You didn't even finish. I was make that joke too. But a Stug 3 coming on in. He's deploying himself, I think, right around the center line. Oh, he's going down south. So maybe the Germans are considering a push to the south. I'm not sure I would. I have to +1. I'd just sit. You come to me, man. That's fine.
I think it's the best for y'all is to try to like pop his pimple up north. I mean, it's only okay. The jumbo's actually going to be a big pain in the ass, but he can probably at least knock out like his first initial defensive line all the way up north. Stuart gets ammo racked, and yeah, the Germans are managing to make a bit of a breakthrough here for now.
Well, even more so for the Germans that they're taking all the infantry-based AT, which I don't want to say is more dangerous than the tanks, but I definitely feel like the AT infantry-wise is stronger.
Zuka's about to MPH.
Yeah, well, I mean, how strange for me to say that maybe, but yeah.
Yeah.
And the Jumbo's going to get into the fray, so that first P4 is going to get rocked and socked.
Yep, and he's gonna back off. I mean, Jumbo doesn't have best line of sight at the moment. I mean, I know it's gonna be a pretty good brick rule, but of course, if a Jumbo gets shot at too much, it panics like any good old tank. I mean, it's gonna be engaged in the Armada 3, but it's really advantage to the Jumbo, yeah. I mean, just bounces those shots. It does not care, but it doesn't have any veterancy, so he's gonna be pretty inaccurate for now.
Well,
I mean, just
silly question. The amount of veterancy doesn't really matter in terms of stress that received. Isn't it more of The armor values comparative to what you're being engaged by. Yes.
Veteran. Yeah, I don't believe veterancy like makes you like less panicky, but it increases your accuracy actually.
No, but rather. So P4 over here's got
Yep.
8 armor,
Yep.
and as opposed to the Martyr 3 who's got 2.
Yep.
So a shot against the P4 will do less stress.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is correct. I mean, I'd be pretty
Stuart going
scared
down,
if
by the
anything
way.
shot
How did he
me.
go down? That wasn't the P4.
No, it was the Messerschmitt rocket plane.
I thought he missed. Okay, interesting.
Was it? Maybe. Oh no, they both shot pretty close at the same time.
Well, what I can safely say is that Jumbo backed away before getting too stressed out, so he's got a
Yeah.
little bit of R&R right there. It's a good call.
Yeah. And we've got a 76 Sherman up north and a regular Sherman. So all the Shermans up north. So he's definitely trying to plug in his hole. And if he can knock out that Marder 3, the 76 Sherman can just go to town on the rest of the Panther force.
It does look like those two P4s, though, were the herald to really push all along this line.
Yeah.
Because the Germans are really, really shoving it. I'm surprised.
Yeah. I mean, look in the middle. It's starting to make a bit of progress too. And down south.
Well, down south, it's a gifted Pigren.
Yeah.
He's not going anywhere. So he's going to go down. But yeah, you're definitely right about the center. And he's got 54, 46. That's still a pretty good lead.
That's comfortable.
That's very comfortable. That's like my pillow comfortable.
Yeah, it's like a lazy boy comfortable.
Oh, P4's got. Oh my gosh, he's been at 400 meters.
Oh.
Engine destroyed.
That was a side shot. Oh my god. He's not going to lose the jumbo like this.
Oh, yes, he is.
Yes. That's sad.
And now the other Sherman comes up, and he's going to meet exactly the same fate.
That jumbo is such an important unit on that flank.
Mm-hmm. Weapons jammed. Oh, God.
Oh, god. Yeah, that Panther Force just in position. He has the stars, too, so...
Strangely enough, though, the Sherman was able to get a quicker shot off.
Stabilizers.
Oh, wait. Rate of fire.
No,
They're the same rate of fire. No, they saw each other
just-
at the same time.
No, it's the stabilizers because you don't see it like zoomed out, but like with the Sherman stabilizers, it gets a like quicker turret rotation onto the enemy tank. It's like one of those hidden stats that they never explain, but it's really important.
Martyr 3 goes down, by the way,
Oh.
courtesy of the Upgun 76 in the back.
Yeah.
And I hope, I really do hope that that's something we tend to see later on in Steel Division 2.
Yeah.
Internal fire. Oh, God.
Oh god.
The hero P4 might be dying.
Oh, it gets off just in time. But yeah, and like in Wargame, they had like stats, like they had different types of like missiles, right? Like guided missiles, lock-on missiles, fire and forget missiles, and they tell you what it was. And like Steel Division, they just don't have some of those stats. Like a Sherman is such a better unit in close quarters compared to a Panzer IV, because in a run-on-run around a corner against a Panzer IV and a Sherman, the Sherman, the majority of the time, if it's not facing the complete wrong way, will get the first shot off. And first shot, first kill usually, right?
Is that trivia gained by PLK from testing the game, or is that original Rangru?
Bit of column A, bit of column B.
I was gonna say I don't think I've ever come across that.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, Stuart also has that too, and that's what makes those ally tanks really good at CQC. And you have to be a bit careful with like the Panzer IVs and etc. Especially the J models, even though he's at H's, because the J's have such terrible turn rotation. That's what happens when you don't use an electric turret, because you're out of resources.
Well, and you know what? I as much as I want to go and be, such a Deutsche-phile on this one, you're absolutely right that in game the Shermans are way superior to the P4s.
Like in 21st Panzer, like using the Beuter Shermans in 21st Panzer, it's actually a pretty good idea because you can kind of bring back the edge by using Shermans against Shermans. Yeah. There's your Sherman facts for today, folks. Stabilizers are really good.
Oh, but the P4 to the north. Okay, so one P4 goes down. The transmission damaged one, though, does go and forces a bailout.
Yeah.
But oh my gosh, there's a supply truck just by it, though.
Yeah, this is an absolute like tank battle up north. Like both sides have been trading pretty damn efficiently.
Yes, sir.
And then I haven't been doing like too many, except for like the jump. I haven't been doing too many silly mistakes. It's been like pretty well thought out. I mean, the Sherman up north just got bailed out due to the P4. But look at smoke saving the day. If he
I
can
don't know.
just
Look at that Pack 38 line of sight, though. Look at
oh,
that. Oh my
oh,
gosh, that was so tight.
I was tight. The smoke RNG just saves him just in the end, Joe. And the supply truck, I think he needs to get a little bit closer. And also Sherman is like panicked completely, even though the crew bailed out.
I didn't know there's
Okay.
another Stroke here either. So that Stroke's going
Oh
to pressure
god.
back to 76 millimeter,
Yeah.
and the 76 mil goes down.
Oh damn. Oh damn. Was that Stuke who killed it?
Yes.
Or was that the fire from the...
I would say the fire freaked him out, but I think the Stroke
Okay.
pulled the final shot there. Do not... Oh, okay. 75 is up, is back up and running. Another 76 mil, I think, somewhere to the north.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too bad, like, Sesni can't get, like, an AT gun, like, in the middle northern area. You see, like, the Sherman in the middle, and right of it, you got that, like, box forest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd be a really good place for a 76mm AT gun. Of course, he doesn't have the forest down south under his control, but yeah, that'd be a really good raid to try and block his, like, German northern assault. And that smoke has really benefited the German shares. It allows them to cross into the other forest.
Yes, it does. And actually, I'm not sure you noticed, in the southeastern side, we're actually having a Tiga group coming on in. So we have a Tiga, we have a P4.
Oh, lovely.
And we have a couple of squads of infantry, so at least one Tiga in there. Yeah, and down south, too. The Americans are going to be atrociously outgunned.
Yeah, at the same time, it's a sea phase for the US, and they got all the points and all the tanks, so it's about whether he can just, you know, get up that 76mm Sherman blob and maybe push through. Because for 9th, they only have 2 of those Tigers, and that's only heavy tanks, and they're pretty much out of proper heavy tanks. I mean, you can get some Yad Panchers, but so it's going to be very important keeping those Tigers alive. I mean, they are an endangered species after all.
I knew that joke was coming. You're absolutely right, though. They got whatever he's doing. Sesni's got to get something done quick. He's down to +2 right now, and every single tick brings Jarl further and further towards that goal.
Yeah, and Jarl's just been doing really bloody good job. He held the forest. He's just, you know, it was a bit of a slow grind down up north, but he managed to get a really good position up north. Very good defensive area. And yeah, Sesni, he really needs to move. He has forces to do it, I'd say, if he manages to get some good trades, especially up north, if he could maybe make a breakthrough. But I think he's going to be very focused down south soon once his Tiga comes here, because there's like, what, a Stuart and a 57mm AT gun? Good luck.
By the way, Stroke to the north is engaging that upgun 76 Sherman, and was kind of drubbing him quite severely here.
Yeah, and oh, bounces.
He's gonna get maybe one more shot at best. Nope, never mind.
Nope.
So Tiga group coming on in, another jumbo comes down. That's a good call.
Yeah.
Wait, by the way, Stuart took one shot and knocked out the crew for the Tiga.
Lucky bastard.
Freaking really? Rocket attack on the oh wow.
Oh wow. Double ramming.
That position's going to start collapsing quicker than a bad flan.
Yeah, it's not looking good. I mean, the jumbo's coming here, but I think if Jarl has another one of those rocket planes up his sleeve, I can definitely get the jumbo to go away another day.
Yeah, that certainly would work for the dentist. Oh wow, actually the Strug also takes out the upgun to the north as well, and he's engaging the other 76 upgun, and he's taken effect from that smoke from the American half track.
Yeah, that smoke. Yeah, the Americans have been the only one really dropping the smoke, but it's definitely been helping Jarl a bit more, I'd say, him at the moment. Because that allowed that start to get away.
That always hurts when that happens. You're like, oh man, the smoke I wanted to save my guy's actually protecting him. Other Tiga to the north, by the way.
Okay, that's Tiga number 2.
And yeah, down south, I mean, even if that jumbo comes in and effectively engages that Tiga, there's so many armored vehicles that between all 4 of them, a 4-to-1 advantage. I mean, that's the numbers you expect to see from the Americans against the Germans, not the other way around.
Exactly. I mean, the jumbo can, like, stall for time, but that's really it. It can't kill the Tiga. It can't kill all of those tanks. It can just be pushed around a little bit. We've got a 76mm gun coming in, so maybe if he gets a lucky first shot, you know, he can do it. But Yeah, 76 is right in range.
Or not. Look at
And,
that.
yeah, he maybe should have unloaded a bit sooner and got into a
Wow.
nice defensive position with the defensive AT gun.
Well, and now they're just going to continue to waltz on forward. And yep, even if that P-Gun's going to get pinned down, the 263 is there keeping him on the fight.
Yeah.
And look how much veterancy is now inside that little ring of death.
Yeah. Yeah, it's everything's... There's like 2 or 3 star veterancy. And that's the nice thing about Ninth Panthers. They have a real nice amount of veterancy, like spreads, a nice veterancy spread between all their units.
Not to be yay Germany for a second, but it's so fitting for me to finally see the moment when an American infantry squad gets hammered by 18 different machine guns at once.
Yeah.
Because in this game, like, wow.
Yeah.
Bailout. Bailout, ladies and gentlemen. The jumbo is gone.
Damn, was that a shite shot?
It must have been, because he's not going to be able to penetrate otherwise.
I think it definitely was a side shot. Damn.
But I was going to say, though, I was going to just kind of crow about the fact that usually you just see the Stuarts coming in or the Shermans blasting with all his 50 cals.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. And there goes Sesni, and that means Jarl moves on to the finals for Code A.
And it felt a lot closer than apparently it was, kill-wise.
Oh, damn. Damn, yeah, Jarl definitely got some very good kills. I think, I'm looking at history, I'm guessing a lot of it was, yeah, like killing the
heavy
jumbos and
tanks
stuff at the end. Because those jumbos, like 200 points each, they're rather beefy boys.
Well, you get what you pay for.
Yeah. Looking at the kills for the Americans, 76 did pretty good, knocking out 4 whole tanks, if I can actually count. But everything else, apart from that, there's only like 2 units that got 2 kills, and everything else is just a run-on-run for the Americans. And then looking at the Germans, nothing too crazy either. It's a pretty spread out affair for both sides, to be honest.
But you know what? That's what you kind of want to see. You want to
Yeah.
see someone who encourages to fight well with others.
Yeah, so it's a team game, It's not, some divisions are all about single one powerhouse unit. Other divisions are all about, everyone has to do a bit of bloody work for us to win. And 9th Panzer and heck, even 3rd Armoured are 2 of those divisions that really go for that playstyle. And just looking at history real fast,
It does go back and forth.
Yeah, it does go back and forth.
There's a spate every now and again of just blue vehicles. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's when you kind of see the Germans really, really shove.
Yeah, and they're definitely, like, towards the end, they're getting much better, like, trades, like, knocking out the M15. Like, the Germans only really lose light stuff towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not, like, after 19 minutes, they don't really lose anything too heavy, which is pretty damn good.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah. I also just want to know, this was actually 2 games. It was a 2-0. Jarl won the other game, and I believe this was game number 2. So I just want to point it out.
So I'm looking forward to seeing what Jarl Conrad's got for us in the finals, though, too.
Yeah, because that was, I mean, even though Sesni is getting bumped down to the losers bracket 3rd place match, it's still like both sides played really well. And this is Code A. Like this is that was some very good play. And I love seeing the smoke being used, like trying to save your units. Because it's such a simple strategy, but when I play online, I never see anyone do that.
Yeah, kind of sad. So it is really good to see the NCO kind of division really be picking that up.
Yeah, I mean, everyone says smoking kills, but in Steel Division, it saves lives.
Yes, smoke them if you got them.
Yeah.
But all right, folks, we're gonna be back on Thursday, I want to say, with a real ripper of a game. I know Harry Spider is one of the players. I think Gonzo's the other one, right?
Yes, it's one of the semi-finals for Code S.
Indeed. So, folks, be sure to check that out. But for right now, I'm Con Ulrich.
I'm Rangru. Take it easy.